So if you're looking for a movie that's both uplifting and kind of sad, go see Life of Chuck. It's a movie by it's a movie adapted from Stephen King's novel of the same name, and it's directed by Mike Flanagan, who did Molly's Game, Doctor Sleep, and a collection of other Stephen King works. And this one's okay. It's much more in line with Stand By Me, where it has a coming of age element. Although I would say that's the weakest part of the movie, because the first half is really strong, where you have Chiwetel Ejiofor, who plays Marty Anderson. He's like an English professor, and he is teaching a class, and in the middle of the class, one of the students sort of disrupts it, and he says, "Why are you looking at your phone?" And it turns out there's a collection of hurricanes hitting California. And as we find out through this first act, that starts at Act 3. It's a bit like a Tarantino film. It goes 3, 2, 1. So at the start of Act 3, it's basically like the apocalypse, and it's about Marty being able to handle it. And it's about Felicia Gordon, who's his ex-wife, who's a nurse in a hospital, who basically reconnects with him, and they share a very tender moment. And it's not really like an apocalyptic film where you see a lot of destruction and stuff like that. It's just people talking about life and how much time they have left, and basically just trying to deal with the enormous fear that comes with the uncertainty of death. And it's in the middle act where it starts to fall apart, but not completely, because we keep seeing like these billboards for Charles Krantz, played by Tom Hiddleston, and he's about to retire, and it says like, "Thank you for 40 years of service," or something like that. I could have the number wrong. And like ads for him appear everywhere in a very irregular, strange way. And you go, who the hell is Charles Krantz? Well, as you find out in the movie, Charles has a sort of connection to the to our fate, to what happens to all of us. And Tom Hiddleston's okay in it, but his American accent's kind of off. Like, you know, he's saying, like, "Can I get my glasses?" But the way he says glasses, it almost sounds like glasses. When we get in the third act, it goes into Charles's childhood, and we find out through his love of dancing that was his true calling, his true passion, but he ends up being an accountant. And when he's an accountant, there's a great speech from Mark Hamill, because as a kid, he didn't have his parents, so he grew up with his grandparents, one played by Mia Sara, the other played by Mark Hamill. And I'd love to see Mark Hamill in more roles where it's not just Star Wars, like, because he has a lot of range, and it's nice, and he's great in this film. It's nice to see him produce that kind of range. And there's a great speech from him towards the end where he talks about the importance of math, how it connects everything from the universe to our biological material to even love. And all the movie kind of falls apart because, like, in that third-ish act, it's sort of about it's just like this kind of generalized coming-of-age story, and it doesn't have the uniqueness that the rest of the film has, so it loses a lot of momentum, and that's really unfortunate because it's a pretty good movie. But yeah, overall, I gave this movie 3 out of 4 Guinnesses on my website, and you can check out the full written review for The Life of Chuck at ypareviews.com.